All right. The round of applause. Welcome everyone. This is the first hybrid meeting of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. So I will start this meeting with a song of hope from Nepal and here it goes. पानी को आसपास कोई अरमा हो जो पास पास आशाएं हर कोशिश में हो बार बार तेरे दरियाओं को बार बार आशाएं तूफानों को झील के मंजिलों को छीनते आशाएं मेरे दिल की उम्मीदें हंसने दिल की अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी नहीं कुछ भी So friends, we are eternal optimists, we are hopelessly hopeless people, but above all, we are storytellers. So I would like to welcome you all to the 86th meeting of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. And I request you all to follow certain do's and don'ts for the next couple of hours. For example, please keep your phone on either silent mode or vibration mode. Please be sensitive when talking about gender, politics, and religion. Avoid indulging in crosstalk and exit the meeting room only when applause is going on. And I request all the online attendees to stay on mute when not speaking. But even more important than the don'ts are the do's. Please encourage all the speakers with a warm smile and claps. Please give your attention to all the speakers for their Toastmasters figure observation. And I request all the online attendees to keep their video on so that neither of us miss seeing each other. With this, I would now like to invite on stage the president of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers, Toastmaster Headless.
Thank you so much, Saturday Dance, Toastmasters for such a warm and musical welcome. Greetings, dear storytellers, my fellow Toastmasters and viewers. I welcome you all to the 86th session of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. Well, before starting on with the meeting, with this hybrid meeting, I first would like you all to please applause, as today we have made the beginning for our first hybrid meeting. Very important announcement, and that is that we from today, as we are starting our hybrid session, so we are also launching a new award, that is the Storyteller of the Day and the Storyteller of the Month. And we will see who wins the award for the best story for the day. Moving ahead, as you all know what this game, storytelling tip before starting with the meeting. So today, the storytelling tip is about words. How words create magic and how you can use them in very majestic way. Well, for that, the technique is called as soothing. That is media and the majestic techniques. The first one, I would like to give an example for this. It is a saying, it's pouring the rain. It's saying like this, right? So what we can do is we can just interchange the word, that is pouring. We can take T from the pouring and R from the rain. And what we can do is we can just change. For example, it's roaring with pain. For the person who doesn't like pain, maybe can use the same. It just adds humor and a pinch of humor to the story. Let's take another example. That is, we usually have watched the TV, that is a cartoon, that is Winnie the Pooh. What we can do is we can just interchange. If we want to make in a comic strip something like that, Winnie the Pooh, that makes something comic. So this also reminds me of a very important dialogue from a very popular movie, Chennai Express. That goes on like, don't underestimate the common of a power. Don't underestimate the power of a power. Now you got this bit, right? So we like to try some. We like to try saying.
Yes. There was a very famous movie, The Burning Train. We could say The Turning Train.
Another example that I will give. So very recently, my daughter in academic is 13 years. So they made it tragedy and called it sing fear. So that is how wordplay. The magic of word. How you do your story? Just you make it move. Now moving ahead with the session. First, I would like to invite Ms. Masaki so that she could invite me on the stage as
Yes.
so let's take the first guest. First, I would like to invite Ms. Masaki to give us one.
My name is Rajendra Kofi. I got a reference from Renu man. That's why I'm doing the work inside.
Next, I would like to invite Ms.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
My assistant is my colleague. Senior and next time.
Hello, my name is Pradeep. I joined this meeting I get to know about this meeting from my father. And then I will join. Thank you.
The microphone is in the camera. It's
So let's
if you just speak a little boldly. So, am I audible to everyone?
Toastmaster Deeptendu, your voice is clear, but when someone is speaking near to that area, near to the screen, then it is like not coming very clearly to everyone.
Okay. I think we should then step a couple of some facing towards the camera so that they can hear us talk. Just a little louder and more peaceful. Yeah, also louder.
Next, I would like to welcome our guest from the online world. First, is Toastmaster guest Rashmi. Please introduce herself to the club.
Hello everyone, my name is Rashmi and I am also Toastmaster from Hindi Toastmaster Club of Delhi, and I'm missing there physically. I wanted to come but I couldn't, so enjoy from my side. I'm enjoying here. Best of luck everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Shweta to introduce herself to the class.
Yeah, hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Shivam.
Yeah. So hi everyone. My name is Shivam and I'm a member of Infosys Toastmasters Chandigarh. And it's been 2 months since I've joined the club and it's been amazing. I've got to interact with a lot of people and it's the first time I'm actually seeing a physical meeting. So it's lovely to see. So all the best to every speaker and MOC. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shweta. Next, we have Toastmaster Shweta to introduce herself to the class.
Okay, hello everyone. First of all, congratulations for the first hybrid meeting Toastmaster Club of Storytellers. Bravo job. And secondly, thank you for inviting me in this amazing meeting. And I'm looking forward to enjoying. I'm also a part of Toastmasters Club of West Delhi. And looking forward to playing my role today. All the best to everyone.
Next, I would like to invite guest Smita to please introduce herself to the class.
Good evening, people. It's so nice to be here. Actually, this is my first meeting. Lokesh has been my classmate in 11th and 12th. So I just happened to see his status And I just questioned, what is this Toastmasters? It's got me very interested. So he said, why don't you join a meeting? So I'm just here to get a feel of what it is and wish you all the very best. I'm so glad to have joined you guys. All the best.
Thank you. I hope you like our meeting. Next, I would like to guess Khushbu. Please introduce herself to the class. Yeah, I think she is whatever her. Okay, so we have completed the guests. I think all of the guest introduction are done. So now we'd like to invite you to stay.
Khushbu, can you hear us?
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam President, for giving me this opportunity to call the most important person of the day, the evening, and the meeting today, the Toastmaster of the day. And well, with a huge round of applause, let us all welcome our Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Mehek Kapoor.
You so much Toastmasters for me on stage. Welcome to this meeting of Toastmasters Club. Today's theme is DHARMA and so welcome to the production house of DHARMA and well, I'm not but I am delivering stories with you all and you might have heard before. But what are the significance? What is the perspective? My perspective, basically, I would like to share that. So let's start with very important questions. If Mahabharata was a battle between Dharma and Adharma, so whom do you think was the culprit? Was it the Pandavas who fought and who gambled for Draupadi? Or was it the Kauravas who molested? Well, is there any answer? Who was the culprit? Anyone from the online world who would like to guess? No worries. I would like to ask my second question. Who was the culprit in the long battle fought between Ram and Ravana when Ram and Lakshmi tried to cut Surpanakha, the sister of Ravana's nose, or was it the Ravana who tried to abduct Sita? Any answers? Who was it? Who was following the path of Dharma and Adharma?
I think Shubhantra.
Yes, you are right, but how can you predict that? Was she following the path of Dharma and Adharma? Is there any, can you sample for such a situation where she did something wrong?
Yeah, the ethics of living together and your boundaries. If you cross the boundaries, then it's Adharma.
Yes, you're absolutely right. But according to me, in both the stories, what I felt was the person who was wrong or the person who tried to manipulate in both of the stories was the person who was telling the story. The person who was telling the story, they tried to manipulate. Who is forming part of that? Let me always think between the factors. But people they have created a mindset, a vision that this is supposed to happen. To prove this point, I would like to narrate the story. There was a sage who was doing his penance in the river around the river. He saw that in the water there was a scorpion who was struggling. So he thought of helping that scorpion. He just put him out of the water and the scorpion was saved. But immediately after after that, the Scorpio stung him on his hand. Well, and the Scorpio just went in the water, inside the water once again. The other time as well, the sage helped the Scorpio the same time. He just put him out of the water. And again, the Scorpio stung him on his hand. This continued for a period of 2 to 3 times. Now the sage the student of this sage asked him that why are you helping that Scorpio if he is being ungrateful to you and causing trouble to you while you being nice to him? Let him struggle in the water. The sage replied, to say it is my dharma, and to buy it is his dharma. So can you see that we have to look from the perspective, from the point of view of each other person. There are 7 billion people. Have we heard them all? Have we heard their stories? No. So that is what perspective, point of view is. Have an opinion. We might not have opinion on everything in this world, but we can have an opinion on some of the things in this world. This will make us stand on the society and we can present views to the society. With this, I would first like to explain the structure of our meeting today. Our meeting is divided in 3 segments. First segment is the prepared speech session, where the speaker is required to give a speech for about 5 to 7 minutes, and depending upon the project as provided by Toastmasters International. And next segment is table topic session, where the speakers are required to speak on the spot for about 1 to 2 minutes. And the third and the most important part is the general evaluation session, where the feedback and the evaluations are done for all of the meeting, and feedbacks are provided so that we can work upon. Feedbacks are provided so that we can work upon. So with this, I would like to invite Toastmaster Dictatus, the general evaluator for the meeting, on the stage with the views round.
Thank you so much.
Please come closer to the screen. There is
Yeah, but I was just thinking, am I not audible from the stage area? I'm trying to speak as loud as I can.
So let us make a common stage area for all the speakers. Let us just demarcate that
Yes.
area where everybody will
Sure.
come.
For today, I think this should be our stage area. This
Yes.
corridor
Yes.
will be our stage
We
area.
will quickly put pictures
Yeah.
inside
That's
so that there's no space.
So, once upon a time, there was a general. He was leading his troops into a war. And before stepping onto the war field, he gave a motivational speech. We have to follow discipline. We have to be confident of every step that we take on the field of war. And third, we have to stick to our to follow the rules by which we have been doing our training for past so many months. This speech that the general gave to his troops before stepping onto the war field is very similar to the role of a general evaluator in Toastmasters meeting. In a Toastmasters meeting, a general evaluator observes the meeting end to end, looks for what was good in the meeting, what good practices were followed, the areas of improvement for the meeting. And the general evaluator is helped by his troops. The troops are the supplementary role player. First up, the timer. Today's timer is Toastmaster Deepti. I'll just invite you to introduce your role. The second is going to be the R counter, which is going to be Toastmaster Rashmi online. And third is going to be the gradient. The timer will keep us all in discipline. If we overshoot, the R counter will ensure that we speak with confidence and conviction. We don't fumble and don't use clutch words. Basically, it makes sense. And last but not the least, the grammarian. Grammar is nothing but rules for anything. Here, it's English language, for English language. So the grammarian will ensure that we follow certain rules so that the things that we do on stage don't seem naive and childish and they are according to a plan. So now I would request the supplementary role players to introduce their roles starting with the time of Toastmaster.
TikTok. That is what I am for today. I am the timer. So I am going to time you specially for three main roles. Role number one is the prepared speeches. We have two speeches today. Both are from 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, I'm going to hold up the green bucket. At 6 minutes, I'm going to hold up the yellow one. And at 7 minutes, I'll hold up the red one and I'll keep holding it till the speaker stops. For the table topics, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will hold up the green one. At 1.5, which means 1 minute and 30 seconds, at yellow basket. And at red, which will be at 2 minutes. And I'll keep holding it till the speaker stops. For the table topics, you have 30 seconds of grace on the upper side. That means you can go ahead and speak till 2 minutes and 30 seconds, not be disqualified. And lastly, for the evaluation, is 2 minutes to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I will show you the green bucket. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, the yellow one. And at 3 minutes, the red one. And again, 30 seconds grace on the upper side for the back papers. I hope the online world is able to see the basket clearly. All right, that's great. Thank you. And I give the stage back to Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Diti, for explaining the role of timer. Let's move on and understand a little bit about the role of the dark counter. Now, this Toastmaster, take the virtual stage to explain it.
Hello everyone, my name is Rashmi. Today I am playing the role of our counter. As the Diptendu said, filler words or crutches cause an interruption in the speech, especially when you are appearing for an interview or giving a presentation or talking with a formal colleague. I shall make note of pauses, filler words, repetition, and filler words used by speaker and role player. Filler words are like, I mean, right, well, so. Unintentional words are, are, will be noted. Any unintentional and excessive pauses during the speech will be noted by me. I will submit my report in the evaluation session. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rashmi. And we have got one more supplementary role player, and that is the comedian. I request Toastmaster to speak this.
Good evening, Mr. General Evaluator, fellow members and guests. Keeping in line with the theme of meeting, that is dharma. In my humble opinion, dharma means my duty. Dharma means doing what needs to be done, depending on the time, place, and situation. Dharma means responsibility. And that is the word of the day I've chosen. It's a very easy word. We all know the meaning. And it's a really human irony that we know too much, but we are not able to implement it. Look at the book affairs of the world today. It's very clear that we have not lived responsibly. So, responsibility is the word of the day, and as a grammarian, my dharma or my responsibility would be to note down the good usage of words and the usage of words or sentences that are not appropriate, and I'll give my feedback on it. And I'll also note down the names of the guests or the members who have used the word of the day. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And we have one more very interesting supplementary role, and that is the active listener. And today, Toastmaster Shivam is going to be the active listener for this. I request Toastmaster Shiva to explain his role.
Hello, everyone. I'm playing the role of active listener. So my role revolves around listening to the its bits of information that any speaker or maybe the MOC ask or say during the meeting. And then at the end of the meeting, I would ask these questions to see how many of you are really a good listener. So that's about my role. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva. I will come back in the general evaluation section of today's meeting, and now I hand the stage back to the Toastmaster for today's discussion.
And just Toastmaster for explaining your role, as for the category here, for explaining their role. So I would like to ask another question. The point of view of the other person. And what is other? Why do people choose other over dharma? Well, expression lies ahead. In the next segment, which will be coming up in the next segment. That we will start the first session, that is the prepared speech session. So, round of applause for our first speaker. Round of applause for our first speaker, Toastmaster Lokesh. Before inviting him on stage, I would like to invite Toastmaster again as an evaluator to please explain the objective.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Nahe. So let me share the objectives of Toastmaster Lokesh's speech. Today, the purpose of the project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator. Meetings. The kind of speech that will be delivered can be either rigorous or informational or of any other style that the speaker chooses. The member will deliver a well-organized speech on any topic and incorporate the feedback from the previous speech. The member may choose to present the same speech, a division of the first speech, or a new speech altogether. I wish Toastmaster Lokesh the very best for today's speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Next week, the speaker is the first year experience. We have working at export commission. We have would like to invite who finds strength as an executive school. Toastmaster Lokesh, Toastmaster Lokesh, body language, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nahe. Using the podium, but I'm getting an advantage today. You need to hold my phone. Body language. Before I give you some interesting facts, I want all of you to watch everyone in the room, as well as the online audience. Please watch everybody in the room, how they are sitting. What is their body posture? At least on the angle you can at least watch. Maybe if you look closely, where are their eyes? Where are their hands? Where are their legs? And where is the body in totality? This concept of Toastmaster body language was introduced to me way back in 1987 when I was in grade 10. And I picked up a book from a library called Body Language by Alan Pease, written in 1981. And guess Smita was in our school, it was grade 11. That book transformed my life in a way that I still remember each and every aspect of what it told us, how to read body language. Why it is important? Because as per Google, you speak only 7% of understanding, but 93% is your body language and tonal voice. 35 is body language, 58 is body language, 35 is tonal voice. Only 7% is by the words you speak. So when you are talking, when you are trying to understand, or you are saying something, 93% comes from something without uttering a word. So it's very important when you are trying to understand, when you communicate, understand communication, understand body language. I would highly recommend, I will be giving you the presentation where I gave this speech content to go through it Also, if you can gather this book, it's a small book. It's only the 56. When you are auditing, again, the question, what is it? Can you answer why only is it? Make you look confident. Anybody else?
Attracts the attention of listeners and they listen to you.
Attracts and distracts, both. Yeah, that is very important sometimes. If you're giving an interview and you're visiting with your phone, maybe you not get a job. If you are giving an interview to a client as a vendor, your body postures does not give you the confidence to give you the order. I will not give it to you even if your prices are very competitive. So it is very, very important. Let's understand how this whole body works. And we'll start from the top. The way we sit down, the way we stand up, the way we talk. The first thing which you notice when you're talking is the voice. How is the voice of the person? For example, somebody can pause before he says something. And very importantly, if you are interrogating people or you're trying to find something from them, you're asking them a direct question. Did you do it? If there is a slight pause, and these experts were in interrogation and negotiations, please understand. Difficult for a common man, but if you the slight millisecond can tell you whether the person is telling a lie or not. That's a fact. Again, you say, along with tonal word. Tonal is somewhere you insist on a word. For example, are you crazy? See, same words, don't you? You will find this coming out in the Hindi movie for issue. When he tries to explain that he is an extraterrestrial person, he doesn't understand how Indian and how the global earth speaks. And one word, acha, means so many things because the tone changes. So very important. Second, appearance. Your appearance in white is always called that you should be having the right appearance. You must have noticed in recent history, people go with this imperfect. So we change consider anything very lately. You go to DHARMA area, you will see some people who total. Some are even in whites. That is called appearance. That is called they're trying to convey a message that I understand that I'm going. If I'm able to perform it, if evaluate, with the video. You notice in so many web series, you have all the Western and American that means the more in head movements. So appear, and for example, the recent one would be Aam Party leaders. They are not wearing kurta pajamas because we Indians have understood politics mean kurta pajama. They want to change appearance. Politicians can be Aam. I'm sorry to it's a disclaimer, I'm not supporting any political agenda here. But they give us the message other examples. When somebody is telling lie, you will definitely notice they will select it or check. Their hand movement cannot stop. If they're moving the hand, so from the experts that they can do a lie with clean image. But you can, if you are expert, you can see the lie. So these are small things, and there are a lot of other things which we can speak about. Most importantly, which I want to do here with this speech is, are you responsible for what you are communicating? What people are telling you? Very important for Indian women, especially for any women in the world, closeness of somebody's or their eye contacts. That can give you a strong message whether they are just communication or they are flirting. If they're invading in your private space, whether you are in a house, whether you are in a meeting, whether you are in a common room, you will sense it. If you keep on ignoring, you're giving a message to the other person, I don't care, you can come. And that is what is call it as your criticizing woman. No, you are not associating with them to rebuttal. The communication is inside. That is where it is very important for you. Last but not least, my message to you all is again, why do you want to do this? And my question again, you are sitting here, can you notice to remember what that is and how it is not? Think again, you can see what you think of each other in this setting. Thank you.
So much goes past the case, but such a wonderful. Please give a round of applause. What we are doing this one thing, which is the makeup. Next, I think I want to be in the platform by the way, now give feedback to those who speak. For the next one, I would request you to provide your feedback for the speaker in the chat. People, Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. With this, I would like to invite our next speaker on stage, who is Toastmaster Deepti. But before inviting her on stage, I would request Toastmaster Shweta to read out the speech objectives of Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek, for the opportunity. And as an evaluator, it's my responsibility to actually give the purpose of the speech of the speaker. And Toastmaster Deepti will be delivering her level 2 project 3 speech, for which the purpose is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, as well as also tell some aspects of previous experience as a prodigy. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shweta. Let's invite a mother of two and a technical writer by profession, Toastmaster Deepti on stage. Toastmaster Deepti, can you find your guru yet? Can you find your guru yet? Toastmaster.
Many years ago, one summer sultry afternoon, a little 8-year-old girl came rushing home, crying inconsolably. She pushed open the doors, threw her bag on the floor, and just hugged her mom. She was bullied at school. Her so-called friends teased her for the way she smiled. Yes, you heard me right. She was being bullied because of the way she smiled. Can you imagine the pain in her heart? She was crying inconsolably, tears rolling down her cheeks. She was in utter dismay, pain in her eyes. And then she muttered and shouted, "Why me? Why do I have that crooked, that weird and that bent smile? Why? Because her friends were teasing her with her names. Oh, wicked smile. Oh, crooked girl." Imagine an 8-year-old. In the same room, at one corner, there was a quiet gentleman, busy with countless sheets of paper, unperturbed by all the drama that was happening. Until the cries and the woes of that little girl went or reached his ears. He kept those sheets of paper aside, assessed the situation, and stood up and walked to her. He held her hand, gave her a warm hug, patted her head, and in the most loving and affectionate ways said to her, "My dear princess, with that smile, you look like Madhubala." Friends, something changed in that. Yes, it was very much silence. But the girl calmed down. Her tears stopped midway. There was a glint and a sparkle in her eyes. Something had definitely changed. That is when she gave her scintillating Madhubala smile. Well, for the uninitiated, in those times, Madhubala was an actress with unparalleled stardom. Every man's dream, isn't it? And well, the point that I'm trying to make with this story today is that it just takes one person with a compassionate heart, a listening ear, and a selfless attitude to probably change your world. You will feel like naming that person anything: a coach, a guide, guru, or a mentor. Just about anything. The choice is yours. Oprah Winfrey puts it beautifully. She says, mentors are someone who actually show you the hope inside of you. They are the ones who assure you that however dark the night it may be, morning joy will come for sure. She also says, mentors are someone who actually make that effort to show you the higher self, even if it's sometimes hidden from you. Isn't that true? Then that gentleman showed that ray of light with love, courage, and hope to that little girl. That's what mentors do. Mentors are people with compassion. They understand your problems and they have the knowledge and the skill to give you a plethora of options for you to choose from. They are the ones who have the strength to see you struggle day in and out, but with patience, to let you never give up. They are the ones who have a selfless attitude. Why? Because they don't want anything in return. You ask them, "Sir, what do you want?" And they'll say, a gleeful smile. That's right. That is what a mentor is. At Toastmasters, anytime you walk into any meeting, every member empowers you, encourages you, and constantly motivates you. Experienced Toastmasters and have to admit that sometimes when you walk into a meeting, you're so inspired to pick up a role in the next, just because you see somebody performing it so well, isn't it? And at other times, you yearn to hear that speech again, because you want to rewire your brains with the words of wisdom which were shared back then. Well, that is what mentoring at Toastmasters has. My dear friends, let's take a minute and pause. Think and reflect. What is it that you are struggling? That girl was struggling with this. Maybe struggling with the nose, or shyness, or maybe just lack of self-confidence. Think about it. Because who knows? This might be the start of your journey to find your man. By the way, before I leave this beautiful stage today, I'm sure you want to know who that unperturbed man was. Well, that man is my dad. And by now you could have guessed who that little 8-year-old girl was. I'm sure. Well, it was me. And for those of you who still don't believe me, here's proof of how far I have come from then to now. It's an enthusiasm award I was given by Toastmasters. So thank you, and back to you, Madam President.
There is a statement speaking.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti, for such a wonderful speech. And I must say that your smile is the most beautiful smile. Well, let's move ahead. So, let's give this question. Why do people choose a dharma over? Have you thought about the answer? Yes. Yes, absolutely correct. Yes, Toastmaster Deepti.
When we are not responsible for what we are doing, we might choose a dharma.
Yes, that is also one way to choose a dharma. Anyone from the online world who would like to answer? Why do people choose a dharma over dharma? Yes, Toastmaster Shweta.
Okay, I have to speak. I suppose it's easier for people to do, bad over good. It becomes easier. Sometimes when a person has to do a kind act, they have to, I don't know why they have to think twice, but they will think twice over it. But when they have to do something for their own sake, that it will become good in 2 seconds, and they have to do some kind of corruption, they will be up for it, because it will be easier for them to get that kind of what should I say, upliftment, in life. So that is why I suppose it's easier for them to go for that.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. Next, yeah, short. They find pleasure in doing ADHARMA instead of ADHARMA because there the effort is required. But it's easier to do the same what she said. Yes, you all are correct. It's because of the shortcuts and easy to break methods so that we can win or conquer all over the world. And this thing happened in Mahabharata. So, conversation once between Krishna and Arjuna. We all know that Karna was being disowned by his when he was no, why? If Karna has Karna the son, why hell Duryodhan, who was the unhealthy person and who had always followed the wrong path? Fine. Why are you doing something? What help to Duryodhan? You were such a nice man. Why helping? He replied, my life has been full of struggles. I was being disowned at a very early age. I was being educated by the people. I was being educated by Dronacharya. Even refused to teach me because I was not a Kshatriya. He did not taught me, but after doing that, he taught me. So suddenly, and by mistake, I had a shoot was shoot from his cow, and owner of the cow caused him. Because of we had shot a cow. He was facing difficulties and he was difficult circumstances which led him in these all mess. He said to Krishna, my life has been full of struggles, and these are the struggles that I face. So this Krishna replied, like, do you know that I was born in jail? I was separated from my mother at a very young age. I was my even though I was not born, was separated from my sibling at a very young age. I grew up. Study things in my life. My was not beg of roses too, but I have always followed the path that said that wrong does not give you the right to be wrong. You should always follow the path of the. Be truthful in whatever you are. Be responsible in whatever you have to do in your life. Whatever you want to follow, wherever you want to go. Just be loyal to that organization. Okay? See how you have served your bosses to your organization. You think that you are loyal to the organization? Yes, we are loyal to the organization. See what works when he's not right with to went out somewhere. Yes, that's absolutely good. It happens sometimes that we do curse people for they are not being good. But that is the perspective. That is your perspective, your boss. That's what I'm saying. Be loyal in whatever you are. Just follow the path of them. And that's when you will get success. Recently, I attended one of the Toastmasters International Forum. Got to know from their boss, was said that we could benefit you and you know. That's what surprised me. Person, it was as well is loyal to the organization. And that tells us we should also be loyal in whatever we are, wherever we are, and where whichever organization it is. It may be our home as well. We should be loyal in whatever place. With this, I would like to invite our topic master for the day, Toastmaster Deepti, so that you can ask some questions and you can give answers to that and inform the impromptu speech. Toastmaster today.
audible clearly from this side also? A thumbs up will do. Okay. So as a table topic master, I have a set of scenarios or questions or topics for each of you. And let me tell you, this is the only section where guests are more than welcome to participate. Right? So, online world, keep your ears open and I'll keep watching out for your hands going up. And so is our offline world. The idea of having a table topics or an impromptu speaking session is because it prepares us for random questions. We usually have, at offices, we have daily standards. We are asked random questions by our bosses in school and colleges and interviews, discussions, group discussions. We have to think on our feet. This is the section where you can practice and hone your skills, right? So with that, can I first invite a seasoned Toastmaster so that the guests can get an idea of how we do take speech. And simultaneously, I'll also be doing the timing. So the time limit. Okay, thank you. So Toastmaster Jitendra is helping us with the timing tasks. So I need volunteer. Anybody in the room? They are easy topics. Location? Yes, sure. So location is our first volunteer. I will share my screen so that you can see the top level headings that I have. No. All right, so these are the high level topics. So the question or the situation or the topic that I will give you is after you choose the theme. So
Thank
which
you.
one would you want to choose?
Compliments.
Compliments, okay. So let me open my cheat sheet. The topic for you, Toastmaster Lokesh, is what are the different kinds of myths that are associated with giving compliments? What are the different kinds of myths associated with giving compliments?
Please, Toastmaster. There are numerous myths that understand which. One of the most important myths about information when we say thank you, we more or less are more polite in saying thank you. People tend to think he wants to do or expect something from me. So from me. That is the biggest myth I can say. Everybody feels this. Second compliment I will relate to the story. I was in Canada and it was my first overseas trip to Western world. And as Toastmaster Dipti said, you need to have a mentor or you actually create a mentor if you want to learn something. It was a new country for me and I wanted to learn some language, everything was there, how to understand people, how to get ahead. One of the uncles at our place said, when I said thank you to him, it was obvious for us in etiquette. He said, my pleasure, dear. I was very happy to him. My ears got something like this. Oh, never somebody said like that. In India, I'm not heard saying anything like that. And he's now elongating it so long. This uncle asking me something. But eventually, when I asked him, he's a mentor, what did he say? Thank you is not only giving compliment, it's also accepting a gratitude. And when you said thank you to me, I accepted your compliment. That is a gratitude only. And it is very important for you to understand how you're replying back and something. You must be noticing in my WhatsApp, couple of people must be
who are doing nothing deep, and always give you a good compliment. Sometimes, for example, it's my friend. Or the best would be, I'm happy to add value in your life. Makes sense.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mukesh. It is our pleasure and honor to hear you every time. All right, next volunteer. Shweta, Dr. Shweta. Thank you. So now that compliments is done, which is the other theme that you'd like to choose?
Okay, I will choose Santa Claus.
All right. So the topic for you is comparison of Santa Claus with any other mythical or legendary creature or character. Comparison of Santa Claus with any other mythical, legendary creature or a character.
Okay. Can it be from personal life as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I start. What does Santa Claus means to me? Santa Claus means to me happiness. That's it. That is the other word that I will associate Santa Claus to. Happiness, innocence, you know, with that ho 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 kind of thing. I believe that is truth. And that happens because of the reason that my grandfather used to say, or was the Santa Claus for me, because he was the reason of happiness to many. Nobody would come to him and would leave barehanded or with lots of emotions other than happiness. So that's why my grandfather was the Santa Claus for me, because he would always give something to people, whether it was to his grandchildren, lots of knowledge, wisdom that he contained, values that he contained, and to his children, lots of courage, strength to take care of the family, and to anyone who comes to him, the help that they need. That is what he did. He was the reason of happiness to many, to hundreds. When he left this world, there were like, not even that particular auditorium was enough to let the people pay their condolences, I would say, pay their respects to him. And I was a proud granddaughter. I will be a proud granddaughter. And if I can be 1% like him, I would be a happy Santa Claus to many others. Thank you.
Very well spoken, Dr. Shweta. Thank you. And indeed, I'm sure everybody in the room will agree, grandparents are for loving. And they are the Santas and the plump and the cuddly ones for each one of us. They are home within a home. That's true. All right, now, since we have two Toastmasters, speak your heart. I think my good guest from her offline world. So yes, fruits. All right, you can shun. All right. Yes, please come. It gets a different feel to stand there and speak. So, ma'am, your topic, the theme that ma'am has chosen is fruits. Your topic is foods, dishes, or drinks that do not go well with fruits. I repeat, foods, dishes, or drinks that do not go well with fruits. And you can choose to agree, disagree, or speak anything that comes to your mind related to the topic fruits. The topic given to me is things doesn't go with fruit. So I don't agree with this
because food to me is all-time favorite and it goes with each and everything. I can eat food with coffee, tea, and whatever. I think everybody can try it because fruit I think is the best food available on earth without working hard like cooking and doing anything. You can take it raw after washing. So for me, that's the easiest food available on earth. I think the ancient people used to survive on fruits only. They were healthier, better. Now we have changed it. I mean, we have managed to reduce the vitamins and other minerals, the natural products, and the raw products are according to me. That's what I wish everybody should do. Thank you, Mama. And yes, we totally agree. Foods are the easiest and the most quick form of instant energy. That's right. Right. Somebody from the online world, guest from the online world. So we have we can't see Smita. Yeah, probably she's facing audio issues. Shivam, would you want to pick up a table topic?
Yeah, hi, Toastmaster Deepti. I can take it. I'll
Sure.
choose speech.
Speech.
Yeah.
Okay. So the topic for you, Shivam, is share a strange experience or encounter which involves speech. Share any strange experience or an encounter which involves speech. You can take 30 seconds to think it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll start my speech. Okay.
Sure.
So I would like to tell about my first experience as a Toastmaster while giving my first icebreaker speech. So we all know that how important it is and how memorable it is to give the first speech and how amazing experience it is. But also it brings the nervousness, the excitement, the anxiousness. And regarding my uh, icebreaker speech, I prepared for it. I prepared for weeks, and I tried to learn it all. I tried to give it with my friends and with my mentors. But the day of my speech, I actually got scared. I actually got anxious while I came in front of the camera because everything was online. So I got anxious and I got stuck, and I couldn't speak a single word. The speech which I've been remembering for a few weeks now, I don't even know the next word. So it was a very bad experience. But again, they as a community, Toastmaster community is so helpful. Is always appreciating. They're always just clapping for me. They were just cheering for me, and it also gave me strength to just continue my speech, to realize that maybe this is the first time I'll do better the next time. And how life goes, you learn from your experiences, and it's all about the next step you take. So that's all about my speech. Thank you.
Toastmaster Shivam. No matter how experienced you are in speaking, whenever you reach that podium, you always have jitters running down your
Yes,
head.
yes.
And it is true when you can just feel it and see it across.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so we have 2 more topics to go. And I need 2 volunteers.
You are interested in
Yeah.
ways to learn about it.
which is already done. Okay, sure. Go ahead and choose. Let me know which one.
Tools.
Fruits. Okay. I want you to do it. Pradeep. Okay. Yes, the topic for you is why do you think mango is called the king of fruits? Why do you think mango is called the king of fruits?
First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Pradeep. I'm some of the 7:30 to the hospital. And my topic for today is that why we own is the king of the fruits. The reason for that is that it is so delicious and so sweet in the taste. And in my family, my grandfather, who is also a king of my family, also likes mango so much. And for my opinion, also I also like mango so much. And the taste of the mango is very much delicious, and it's also so much costly. And um, uh, common people will have to think the rate of the mango. It's so expensive sometimes, and we also try to bargaining the mangoes rate of the mangoes from the shopkeeper. So that's why I think the mango is the king of the fruits. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the you just saying simple number words. Beautiful. So thank you for sharing your ideas. One last topic. All right, Toastmaster Mohit.
Elections.
Elections or coffee?
Coffee.
Sure. Thank you. All right. So the topic for you, Toastmaster Mohit, is share a personal story of someone about or involving coffee. Share a personal story of someone about or involving coffee.
Before marriage also. Yeah. Of someone involving faith.
Yes. Coffee is the glue.
You may share or not. That's what. I'm not a very coffee person, so I prefer to have tea. But having said that, I'm not even very fond of tea either. So in office environment, there are a lot of conversations and a lot of stories and a lot of activity happens over coffees and teas. And I used to miss out on all of these fun gossip topics because I wasn't a coffee or a tea person. And it just so happened that I got acquainted with somebody who was completely a coffee freak, who want to have coffee at the drop of a hat every few hours or any thing accomplished at work, and the next thing you see is that they are front of the coffee machine or cafe coffee day or something like that. And he would always pull me along. So I would go with him, and sometimes there would be other colleagues and so on and so forth. And then I realized I'm actually missing out the good stuff, but also good stuff, because that's when people would open up. They would talk about things that matter. They would talk about the human angle. I got to know what were the things that were common interests with my boss, for example. I got to know that he would be person who would want to go on these runs and cycling and all of that. And then we develop common interests. So that one little incident about coffee opened opened me to a world of possibilities. I realized that I don't have to be limited to my own world. I realized that there is ways to connect with different people, and coffee or informal places is one place where you can actually open up and become a better person.
I didn't really realize until now that you're not a person. Yes, it's time for more coffee dates post the marriage. Yeah. And ma'am, one last topic. All right, so your topic is, what is your favorite pastime and why is it your favorite pastime? What is your favorite pastime and why is it your?
You don't even ask me a question.
Yes, I can ask about elections also.
Yeah.
Do you want to switch the
So the
topic?
secretary of the organization is told.
All right. So I can give you the topic on elections. Business, pastime, sure. Stage is yours. Can I speak in Hindi? Yes. Past time में सबसे अच्छा टाइम स्कूल टाइम और स्कूल टाइम में जो फ्रीडम जो लैक ऑफ रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है और स्कूल टाइम में हैप्पीनेस एंड टाइम बिल्ड हर चीज या एटलीस्ट प्रॉपर्ली यूज करना maybe मुझे भी लगता है कि स्कूल के बाद कभी कॉलेज में maybe पोस्ट और ज्यादा एजुकेशन में या इवन दिस मैं कॉलेज में पढ़ा रही हूँ कि यहाँ भी आफ्टर मैरिज भी कभी तो मेरी बात के पास ये सबसे अच्छा स्कूल डेज है दे आर गोल्डन डेज नेवर बी मिस नेवर बी तो और मैं उनको हमेशा लगता कि वो चीज जो मतलब मार्केट की तरह रेट की तरह निकल गई और मेरे को डेज कभी नहीं आएंगे मतलब बच्चों में भी वो देख रही बट वी आर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हमेशा हमें उनकी हमारी हैप्पीनेस लैक करती है मैं नीचे गिराती हूँ मैं मेरा पास टाइम जब मेरे स्कूल के मेरी ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कहूँगी सॉरी बहुत अच्छा लगा और बच्चों के साथ ये चीज खेलना चाहूंगी बहुत ही अच्छी लगी कि उनके लिए ऑनलाइन टेबल टॉपिक रखूं और वो मुझ पे बोले थैंक यू सो मच very happy to join the Toastmaster. Thank you. The pleasure is all ours. Yes, Rajendra sir, surely. And then I'll give you the election stuff. Your topic, yes. Your topic is why elections matter. Why elections matter, Rajendra sir.
Good evening, Madam Principal Master, fellow members, yes. Elections are conducted to elect leaders. Like we have seen recently, a new president has been elected, first tribal woman and the youngest president. We are witnessing the most fascinating. There is a EC team. We have elected an EC team who look after our club and gives us the leadership. If you look at the larger picture of Toastmasters, objective of Toastmasters International is not just
give table topics or win awards in our Toastmaster session. The larger objective is to give leaders to the world, so that we can apply these communication and leadership skills that we learn there in the real world, which is very, very different. The world always need effective and responsible leaders, as we are seeing these days. We are seeing the war, which has been happening in the last 5 months. What is the difference between communication and leadership? Actually, the larger objective is leadership. Communication is an important part of the leadership. The Toastmasters, we are leaders and not we are communicators. What is the difference between communication and leadership? If you write the word communication, I comes in the center. I am important. I am speaking, I am important. This is my speech, this is my prepared speech. I will win the war. But if you write the leadership, I is identified. I am not important. Others are important. And there are no awards for leaders. At the end of the meeting, communicators, the speakers will get the award. Leaders will never get the award. Division director is sitting right beside us. He hasn't got the award. Leader is about people. And what the world needs is effective, responsible leaders. There is always a leadership. If the leaders had been responsible enough, we would not be seeing the problems that we see. Problem of pollution, population, and all the other problems in the world. Because leadership means decision effectiveness. So why the elections are conducted? So that we can have effective, responsible leaders. Thank you.
Sorry, sir, I think that is grand finale for our table topic section. Yes, thank you so much. And with that, I hand over back to the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti, for conducting such a nice session about table topics. Now, I would like to ask a question and would like to leave you with a question because we are heading towards the day. How follow the path of responsibility, rightfulness, and how to do that? Let's think about an answer. We will meet after a short break of about 5 minutes. Till that time, let's enjoy tea, coffee, and thank you, sir.
So, for the online world, when we start the meeting, it's 4:59. What you can be. You can have a bio break or drink water and come back. Thank you.
Have a tea. Yeah. Sure.
Shubham, Charlie, either they can turn on the cameras or show their notifications. Let us know.
Everyone from the online world, are you ready? Okay, I got a response from Shubham. Means that you are active. Thank you so much. Okay, so I left you all with the question. Well, that was, how can we follow the path? According to Manusmriti, there are 10 principles of dharma that you can read from it. The first one being the dhati, that means patience. Having patience in everything what you do is how can we follow the path of dharma. Shama, forgiveness. We can ask for forgiveness and help us, but we should not be ashamed of asking for forgiveness. We saying sorry to someone could not make you small. It could actually give you better world. Next one is dharma, that means self-control. Having a control on your mind, your needs, your desires. Next one is astatya, that is honesty. How you follow the path of honesty. Being honest in what you do, honest to the organization where you're working, honest to everyone, with whatever you are doing in your Sahuj, that is purity, being pure, and Indra Nigra, that is the control of the senses. There are 5 senses. Controlling these and how you can apply this involves in the process of learning. The wisdom of what is wrong and what is right. Thinking about it. Like where are we going wrong and where are we going right? Which path we should follow. Every time, whatever the circumstance may be, there would be 2 paths. One would be the right one, another would be the wrong one. Which one to follow? That is the wisdom. Vidya, the knowledge. Respect that knowledge, whatever we have the knowledge about anything. And always remember, when you are coming to speak, you should know that you are having greater knowledge than the others. Speak your mind up. Whatever you know, just speak. Satyam, that is truthfulness. Again, be truthful to whatever you do. And your growth, that is absence of and principles. Also, principles. Leadership. We must follow, whenever we are following the path of leader, a leader should always have these 10 principles so that he can become a better person. Masters, we are leaders. What this is, the leader is made, he follows these 10 principles. These are the principles of dharma, the principles of peace. On this note, I would like to invite Toastmaster Diptendu, the general evaluator for the meeting, who would let us introspect, let us know where we went wrong, where we went right, and give us the feedback. How can we improve? The stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. It is now time for the general evaluation section. We will start first up with the evaluation of paired speeches. So first of all, can I request Toastmaster Shweta for evaluation, Toastmaster DP's speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Diptendu, for giving me the opportunity to present my evaluation. First of all, what a speech. What a title. The title only actually more engulfed me to listen to what Toastmaster Deepti is bringing on the table. When she started with a beautiful story of a young girl, I was just thinking about whom she is actually speaking. Is it just a story to make us understand what the power of a guru or a mentor is? Or is it something that she just wants to tell us to understand that, yes, this is the power of mentor or guru? What amazing vocab, the use of vocab, the use of voice modulation somewhere when she said that, okay, why me? That was with so much of emotions. And then when she was talking about Madhubala, the scintillating smile of Madhubala, that was amazing. The sparkle in her eyes. Whenever she was speaking these words, I can see that in her body language. So kudos for that. And when I was about to write that, where is the personal connect? Oh, bingo, she bowed me over towards the end. Okay, so do you know the story that I was reciting was about a little girl who was me, and the man who came as a guru or a mentor was my father. So thank you for not letting me write that recommendation. And overall, I was highly inspired by your speech, the way you took it forward with the amazing example of Oprah Winfrey, and how that at different stages or at any point of time, how the role of a guru can always bring you back from the darkness to the power of light. Because that is what guru means. Gu, that means the darkness, the dark words, and Ru means the Ruhaniyat, the light. So that is what you showed us in your speech. Though it was an excellent speech, but still I would like to give you just 2 recommendations. One would be that there was this feel of, though you told that how the mentoring is so important in Toastmasters, but I would have loved to listen how that mentoring helped you in Toastmasters, your personal connect to it. That is my one recommendation. And second would be, just like you gave such amazing examples of Oprah Winfrey and none other than your own father, if you could have included 2-3 more examples wherein that the role of guru has played an important role, that would have really made the story more and more powerful, which it already was. And all in all, I'm going very inspired and very motivated with the role of guru, mentor, whether in Toastmasters or in our real life. Anytime they can bring us from frown to smile, from darkness to knowledge, from lots and lots of pain to lots and lots of gain. So your speech was that for me. Just those 2 recommendations. Otherwise, I loved your speech. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Deepti. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Deepti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shweta. That was evaluation for Toastmaster Deepti. We now move on. For Toastmaster Lokesh, so to share my evaluation for speech. First up, today Toastmaster Lokesh began with a speech which was titled Body Language. The title itself was straightforward. There was nothing to guess or unravel. Toastmaster Lokesh was good. Still, despite such an obvious title, the beginning of the speech was still very, very interesting. As Toastmaster Lokesh asked everyone to look at each other, the online members sitting in the meeting and vice versa. It then went a level deeper. He asked people to look at the hands, legs, how are they sitting. And just this little exercise, these few words, from Zoom to physical, and people were aware about their own body language and body language of people around them. So this was very, very interesting way to start the speech. As we moved on, when Toastmaster asked us to do these activities, we verify question ignore them. If we do not ignore them, it is of the 3 C's. Because of his conviction, because of his confidence, and because of credibility he exudes. So despite asking us to do such a simple thing of observing each other, we did observe each other, and yes, it triggered some thoughts in our minds. So again, the beginning itself was a 10 on 10 for me as far as Toastmaster is concerned. Moving on, Toastmaster talked about some common scenarios in day-to-day lives. For example, interviews. For example, selling something to a customer or pitching a business to a customer. These are examples which the kind of people sitting in Toastmasters meeting can relate with. Maybe some students are there, maybe some job seekers are there. These are common examples. That's how he was able to us understand by using examples like this. He also uses some interesting phrases like words like interrogation and negotiation. Now, we don't get to interrogate on a daily basis. Policemen do the interrogation. So that was again a part of a human being's life, which is very romanticized or which we are not exposed to on a daily basis. So when we talk about how body language plays a role in interrogation and negotiation, and further drove home the message about the importance of body language that he was talking about. And let me remind you, when we talked about interrogation and negotiation, we talked about how to identify when people are lying. Now, both of us want to find out this to us. That was something amazing. But what I observed as Toastmaster Lokesh progressed with his speech was that there were many more points that he touched upon, like appearance, like head movement, and a few others. Now, this became a little difficult for me to digest. He was going example, one relatable example to another relatable example. But then many more aspects of body language were also touched upon, which became a little heavy for me to digest as an audience. Maybe he could have restricted himself to talking about just 2 or 3 important aspects of body language. He was actually doing that, right? All in all, the charisma and confidence with which Toastmaster Lokesh speech is incredibly amazing, and he can keep the audience engaged throughout. If only he focuses on structuring his content a little more and keeping it a little tight, he will be able to ensure that the ball lands outside the rope every single time. Thank you. That was my evaluation for Toastmaster Lokesh's speech. And now we move to another section of general evaluation, which is the report by the supplementary role. So Toastmaster Diti, let us call the grammarian and the R counter first. Then we will look at everyone's. So first up, can I request R counter Toastmaster Rashmi to share?
Is my screen visible to all of you?
Rashmi, you're audible to all of us, but we cannot. Yeah, we can see your screen as well now. Please go ahead.
Okay. So in starting, Mehak uses some short pauses 1 or 2 times. Lokesh sir, he used few pauses and he repeated word you few times. Dipti ma'am was fluent while in speech, but while in table topic session, she used so multiple times. Shweta, while introducing her role, she used few hours. Diptendu sir, you were fluent. In a table topic session, Lokesh sir, you were fluent. Shweta, you took few 1 or 2 hours and very few so. Guest Uma ma'am. I'm sorry if the name is wrong, but I heard Uma ma'am. She took few hours and so. Her favorite word. She repeats many times. Shivam, he took 1 or 2 hours and so. He used multiple times. Guest Pratik, he used 1 or 2 hours and he also used so much, so expensive. TM Mohit, he used 1 or 2 hours and his favorite word also so. The other ma'am guest, she was 1 or 2 hours, but I couldn't heard any repeated word from her speech. She used Hindi words. And last in table topics, I think Deepak sir, he was fluent. In speech evaluation, Shweta, she used only 1 or 2 times like. I think that was necessity. And Dipendra sir, you were fluent, but you repeated few words like now, then, but I think that was necessity. So word of the day that repeated in the whole meeting. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the physical world, and now I request Toastmaster Rajinder to share the Canadian support.
And here my report as grammarian. The good usage of the word. Postmaster Shweta used a word like prodigy. And then Toastmaster Dipti used so many beautiful words that I was not able to note down each and every, but I will mention some examples. Some are certainly given afternoon bullish, crying inconsolable, wicked smile, crooked girl, unperturbed, radiant sparkle, scintillating, compassionate heart. Rewire your brains, practice and hone your skills, teach sheet, the cheat sheet, and plump and the cuddly. And jitters running down your spine. Postmaster Naik use let us introspect. Shweta use scintillating Cinderella, those. And again, deeply credibility, sorry, Postmaster Deeply used credibility, he excludes, romanticized, drove home the message. Many more aspects touched upon charisma, incredibly amazing. And one sentence I was not able to note was something outside the rope. It was really very wonderful use of words. And the word of the youth, word of the day, responsibility was used by Postmaster Yogesh 4 times. Postmaster Shweta used once. Postmaster Naik uses twice. That's how my report is.
Thank you very much. Now it would be a good time to request Toastmaster Deepti to share the timers.
So much. Is back, but with the timing report this time. According to the timing report, we have one participation speeches. The time exceeded was by 11 seconds. Apart from that, all of the TT speakers, the table topic speakers, have qualified. So kudos and a I will share the individual timing reports with each of you so that you can note. In the table topic timings were 2 to 3 minutes. So a good use of time would be to speak until 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So for all those of you who spoke for less than 2 minutes, we would encourage you to speak more, utilize the stage time. And for those of you who exceeded 2 minutes 30 seconds, try winding up and summarizing before you reach 3 minutes. The evaluators were well in time. Toastmaster Deepti just 1 second short of being disqualified. So all in all, we had very good timing on the 3 sections that we mentioned. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti. And now it's time to have some fun. Shivam, Toastmaster Shivam, we are banking on you to make the next section entertaining. That's not the active listener. Are you ready?
Yes. So, yeah. So hello again, everyone. This is Shivam and I'm going to be the listener. And so this is, as Toastmasters said, that it's the fun section. So I'm going to ask some questions from you that the speakers or maybe the MOC told, and as well as the guests. So anyone who knows the answer, they can raise their hands and they can answer it. So the first question is, what was the Chennai Express dialogue that was mentioned by Toastmaster Naik? Yeah, please, yes, please go for it.
Don't underestimate the power of commentary.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, you got 1 point. So let's go on to the next question. In Toastmasters Make story, what did the sage replied when he was asked why did he saved the Scorpio each day again and again? Yeah, please go for it.
So saving the Scorpio is my point. Stinging is Scorpio.
Yeah, please give a hand for it. So the next part is, how old was Toastmaster Deepti when she got bullied by her friends?
8 years. 8
Yeah.
year old.
8 years, yeah, correct. Next question is, what country did Toastmaster Mukesh mention was his first trip to a Western country? The very first trip. It starts with C. Yeah, please go for it. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So, yeah, the next question is, who did Toastmaster Shweta compared with Santa Claus? Who was the one family? Yeah, anyone can go for it.
Grandfather.
Yeah, that is great. So another question, who did Pratik mention as the king of his family? Yeah, please go for it. Yeah, his grandfather, yeah, correct. So another question, a number of principles that was mentioned by Toastmaster Meg, number of principles of Dharma. Yeah, please go for it.
It's written.
Yeah, I didn't hear the answer.
So 10 principles.
Yeah, correct. So I think I have covered all of them. Yeah, last question. Two famous personalities that was mentioned by Toastmaster Dipti in her speech. Yeah, please go for it, Toastmaster Shweta.
Oprah Winfrey and Madhubala.
Yeah, that was easy for you, right? So that was all about my section. So thanks a lot for giving me this chance.
Thank you to Toastmaster Shivan for getting to observe the meeting very well from the beginning to the end. And the time is already 5. We are about to wrap this meeting up. So it's time for my general evaluators report, and the first point that we have to be aware of is by now we should have an order. But the meeting is ready. So this is one of the aspects that we have to work on sticking to the timelines. And the meeting started at 3:36 p.m. So we were about 6 minutes late. But of course, it is the first time experience for us to conduct a hybrid meeting in this at this new venue. So teething troubles are but expected. But yes, we have to be aware of the time that we take. Moving on, what the thing that stood out for me today was that Toastmasters is a community, and the community is a place of people well. So right throughout the meeting, Toastmaster meeting first of all helped us in moving the chairs in the middle of the meeting when online audiences said that they were not able to hear people from the original stage. So that was a proactive from Toastmaster meeting. Kudos for that. Also, I could see that at times Toastmaster Lokesh was admitting people on Zoom. So again, right, even though he was sitting somewhere here, he just stood went near the laptop near the big screen and did that activity. So we kudos to Toastmaster location. Moving on, we saw that the Toastmaster of the day explained the theme of the day very well, and then invited the and then actually started with the prepared features section. One thing I observed was that Toastmaster asked Toastmaster DP to introduce her, which I think was not required because Toastmaster is the president and the president hands the stage to the Toastmaster of the day. She was playing both the roles. A switch was not probably needed there. That's one. Another area which I observed in TFD's performance was that the space between the prepared speeches and the table topics probably stretched for a few more seconds than I expected. A few more seconds, not a few more minutes. By and large, it was very good that transitions made by the Toastmaster of the day were brisk, were swift, and she ensured that the meeting continued at a good pace. Moving on to the table topics master, Toastmaster DP. The topics again is recommended that they align with the theme of the meeting, Dharma and Adharma. Still, the topics that were brought to the table today were very interesting. In fact, they were verbose topics. They were not short and crisp topics. Despite that, I saw that the members could understand the question that was posed to them. The good part is enthusiastically to whatever was written from the so these observations we learned today. The goal is the topic is precise, yes, complicated, but not verbose. So that's a recommendation for Toastmaster DP. Now, the area of improvement for us all collectively is that to learn to manage the infrastructure that has been provided to us. So that is something all of us will do as a club. Which area to designate in the room as the stage area or as the speaking area, how to ensure that online members are able to see and hear us clearly and vice versa. These are few of the things that all of us have to work out as a club. And all in all, it was a very good effort by everyone present in the room and in the Zoom meeting as well. The collective energy, the collective positivity, I can see it from each and every one of you. And with that, I think let us all again join our hands and clap for each other. Very important to the history of this class. We continue to improve on those little aspects that I mentioned and more in the next. With that, I can continue to
for your report. Give you all the question. Think about the answer. It is where you all go wrong and where you all can go. Choose the right path. The question is, you feel in the position of what you done. Then Lakshmi next to us. What would you have done? What would your take on that? With this, I would like to end the session of the team on. And as a president, I would first like you all to please do the voting. The voting link has been shared on the Zoom. For the you have the Google Forms in these. I hope the online audience has completed the voting. Thank you. I will share the voting link with you. Online is all. Six responses. Seven. Are you able to sign in completely? Sign in again. Form. Submit over. Super.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've received 8 responses here. 9, 10.
So friends, while the certificates are created, we utilize this time to take. Well, share. क्या चाहिए?
करने के लिए तो मेरे हिसाब से कुछ भी नहीं है, बहुत ही अच्छा है और हर चीज टाइम मैनेजमेंट से मिनिस्टर से वो बहुत इम्प्रेस कि मतलब वो वहाँ दूर बैठ के ही हर चीज का मैनेजमेंट बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत कुछ सीख हुई है। मैं सोच रही जो हम और अदर एक्टिविटीज जुड़े हुए हैं उनमें भी ये चीजें मिस करें, तो मैं टोटली इम्प्रेस और मैं चाहूंगी कि मैं आगे की आपकी मीटिंग ज्वाइन करूँ और अच्छी तुम्हारी मेरी हमारी फर्स्ट तो नहीं इतना हम ले पाई तो मैं आगे अच्छे से
Please keep continuing meetings with us. I'm sure it will be well. Thank you so much.
it's sounding low because at this stage nobody is telling you what is wrong. Though my kids keep telling me that mama you don't speak well, but that's kind of a different aspect. But there is somebody who is properly guiding you where you are wrong and ahs and oohs and all that. But so that is what is required if you want to improve, because yes, there should be somebody who is telling you what is wrong and how to correct. That is what I am getting from this. So I'm very happy.
Glad to know, and again, please keep joining us and keep attending meetings with us.
ये आपको बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप हमको खिलाएंगे, आपको एक बार पूछे नहीं सकते कि बताइए।
ऑनलाइन तो हो रहे हैं सैटरडे हो
One negative, I mean, that's the distance I travel on the map. It's 40 minutes. 50 minutes. Coming, it took me 1.5 hours. That is, since a fixed place, one can plan accordingly. If it's every time new fixed place, then it's
yes, and once a month.
yeah, that's fine.
It's every second Saturday.
Points, sir. Feedback from you as well. it's the first part of the meeting, but I'm so glad I could make it. And even though this is a young, very new club, but from the way everything the way it was happening, very well conducted, the kind of maturity and kind of enthusiasm, energy which should be there in any Toastmasters meeting was there in this meeting. So totally a very good use of the time. And then even the kids, they just came back from school. And I asked them if they would want to come. So they were like so enthusiastic that they go. One, because their mother is there, but more than that, they know what is the energy that is there in our, what kind of fun that is there in the Toastmasters meeting. So we made it, and we are so happy that we are part of this, what you were calling as a historic kind of event for the Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. We could be a part of that history for the club. So, thank you. Thank you so much for training. And Toastmaster Lakshmi, I'm just waiting for you to join us permanently. Coach you from the Toastmasters. Something from you.
Your full sentence was not clear, but I know you said something good.
How did you enjoy the?
Yes, but I will enjoy more next time with you physically.
Absolutely.
I miss that. Yes.
Please come down on August. And if the certificates are prepared, we can start with the what's part of the meeting.
Okay, so that's with me. Let's best value. There were two evaluators, Toastmaster Vikrendu and Toastmaster Shweta. Whom do you think is the winner?
Toastmaster Diptendu.
Well, yes, best auxiliary role. There were 4 auxiliary roles. Which do you think was the best? Yes, because actually.
Please stand on your video. We want to take a picture with you.
Here I have camera issues, so please pardon me.
Okay, all right, no worries. But we have your certificates ready with us. Next is for the best cable topic speech. Whom do you think is the best?
Rajendra sir.
Mohit sir.
What are you written?
It's Toastmaster, okay. Next is for the best keynote speaker. There were 2 speakers, Toastmaster Location, Toastmaster B.
I think we used to stay already. It's big. Well,
Okay, the last one is for the best auxiliary, best role player. There were 3 role players. Toastmaster of the day, General Evaluator, and Cable Topic Master. Who do you think?
Why don't you do the honor?
Absolutely, my honor.
Will you that one? Yes.
On this note, I would like to end the meeting with a quote. A famous quote by David that says that infinite bliss lies in eternal. Who knows it all? Aruna hands. Indra, 100. You and I only two. Think about it, change your perspective, and see where you can go and be a successful leader with Toastmasters Club of Story. With this, I adjourn the meeting.